Thank you, Omar. And now we'll listen to Sergio Scornavacca with another research from inside. Thank you, Sergio, and welcome. Good morning, everybody. The title of today's presentation is Wine and its Human Customer Intimacy. So we'll talk customers, we'll discuss what is the intimacy you can create with customers, and we will discuss a trend that is the need to be human in a world which is very digital and very physical as well. A word that we call phygital. I would like to show you an example that represents very well what I mean by human. So this is the screenshot of a WhatsApp chat. I received these messages from my butcher during one of the 2 lockdowns. My butcher is named Fabio. He is less than 30 years old. He helped his dad's business during lockdown, and you can read what he wrote to me. So I'm not going to explain to you how important a fennel sausage is for a Sicilian like me. But the extraordinary thing about this chat is that they never asked him about the fennel sausage. I just mentioned it before the pandemic, and he probably noted it down and remembered it. And then he sent me this message. And this created an intimate relationship. This is the human intimate journey. I think many of you experienced this with the local shops. They do barbecue bundles. I realized that he sells cheeses, things I never bought from him. So this is a very good example, and this was the inspiration behind today's presentation. I work for the Indra Group, especially for Minset, the digital business unit of a Spanish company. 300 employers in Italy. We offer CRM, digital services, and we work in the wine sector as well. At an international level, we work with Garcia Carrion. And in Italy, we work with partners such as Tasca d'Almerita and Cusumano through our partners Lookout. So we know the national, international word of wine, but we do not want to talk about traceability or anti-fraud systems. We want to talk about customer service in the word of wine. So to do that, thanks to Blogmeter and Minset Research Center, we analyze what socials say about wine. We listen throughout the years, and we analyze several sources: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And there are important volumes, around 700 cases. So to give you a benchmark, cheese, which is the most discussed topic, accounts for 1.1 million discussion. The words that are more often mentioned are Franciacorta, Prosecco, Barolo. So these are the brands. And there is no mention of the DOC certification, and this is something worth mentioning. The other thing I would like to mention is that there is a constant use of messages. Peaks aside, when there was a mention of Prozac, I think you all remember what happened with Croatia. There is a constant talk of wine with a constant number of messages. Instagram, as you can guess, since we're talk about Gen Z, as David and Omar mentioned, there is a strong impact from Gen Z, but Instagram is also used by many different age brackets. We have also a lot of mentions on YouTube, mainly for recipes. Words that are more used in discussions are origin and occasion for consumption. And within this realm, the most mentioned word is aperitivo. So this is evident, especially after the pandemic, where we really wanted to be together and socialize. So this is our second research. So we wanted to do an activity of mystery calling, something that's not very new, and which had a resurgence in the US after the pandemic. So we took a list of the main 40 companies in the wine sector. You have all the figures here. And we decided to call them anonymously, such as if we were mystery shoppers. We asked some questions. The first was, hi, I have fish-based dinner. Would you recommend a wine? Second question was on the territory. So I would like a wine from your area. Third question was on a specific vintage. And we asked to receive the bottle of wine within a week. And then the fourth question was very classic. I need wine in Milan. I want to buy it in a wine shop. Where could I go? So brace yourself, because results are very interesting. The first result is that 100% of the companies, so 100% out of 40 companies we called, asked straight away if we were B2B or B2C. And this is quite interesting, because 20% of the companies basically closed the call when we told them that we were just consumers and consumers. So they were not interested in knowing that we wanted to get in touch with them and why. Another interesting thing is that out of the 10% of those who answered in a very thorough way, only 5% could give us indication on where we could buy the wine or help us orientate on the website. The most important data, of course, we didn't call Extra Wine and Tanico, because for them, customer service is vital. We called producers, but 0%. So no one asked us who we were: name, surname, email address. So you can guess that in fashion or in other similar sectors, this shouldn't happen ever. So we tried and trace which could the customer journey be, with an end customer, regardless whether we are a wholesaler or a retailer. So the customer service journey is the sum of experience that you can have with a potential or real client when the client decides to interact with us, maybe not to buy. There is in literature an interesting observation. So up until 5 years ago, if you wrote customer service on Google, Wikipedia will say relationship with a customer who wants to buy. If you do the same, it says relationship with a customer who wants to engage with a company. So we looked at the main channels and the customer life cycle, and we painted a picture. So let's assume somebody chooses a wine at a restaurant and takes a picture of the wine or scans the label. Then they read an article on the winery website or on Pan Bianco or whatever, and they decide to sign up to the newsletter of the companies. Then they receive an email with more information about new harvest. Then they ask information about the qualities of a wine, because they feel prompted to do so. Then they go to an event for wine tasting. They registered for this event. They ask for information about a wine they taste. They receive another email with selection of wine. They buy 2 cases of wine. So let's assume that for whatever reason they are not happy or they want to be a bit pampered, so they receive a new free bottle. And then this customer writes on social media. What's written in green are the technology touch points. So web, mobile, CRM, which can be more simple or complex, a contact center, which is very human, data analysis, another contact center, again, CRM, e-commerce that can be internal or external, that doesn't matter, and contact center again, and then data analysis from the social world as we did. So we believe this could really enable an engagement and can create a data source that is really paramount, because storytelling of wine when the wine is already at home, so doing storytelling on the label is useless, because it's like buying a sweater and then learning what are the features, what are the fabrics. So I'll give you a few takeaways from these 2 researches. So first of all, there is an immense value in the human contact that we have to have with the end customers, regardless they are B2B or B2C. Second thing, it is paramount to manage a customer service with all digital tools, CRM, a data system, or e-commerce. Last but not least, you have to bet on a very well-trained human capital. So people who are skilled in digital and marketing. I wanted to remember that all the companies we called have a website, have an Instagram page. So it is useless to have these tools without leveraging them. I generally end with a quotation, a quote, pardon. But I would like to leave you with the image of Fabio the butcher, because this is a perfect exemplification of the value of human contact. Thank you and have a nice day.